Good evening and welcome. I call to order the Newman City Council regular meeting, February 27th, 2024. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation. Right?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much.
Good evening. I just want to lift up this country that we're so blessed that we can wake up every morning, yawn, have breakfast, and no worries other than rumors. And I say this to say each and every one of us have conscience. And I ask you, please, even if you don't know how to pray, pray for this country. That we are basically blessed, but we have sides pulling in on us. Foreign countries pulling us into rumors of wars. And as a country, we basically try to have open arms for everyone. And I just ask each and every one of us, in the sound of my voice, to just keep in prayer this country we call the United States. This evening we come to do the business for the city of Newman. Let's clear all heads and take care of this business and let it be for the works of this city. Amen.
Amen.
Roll call.
Councilmember McDonald?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Ball?
Here.
Councilmember Tomlinson?
Here.
Councilmember Pimentel?
Here.
Mayor Graham?
Here. Any declarations of conflicts of interest tonight?
Yes, item 8D, I can step out for the entire consent calendar, or I could just step out for that item if we set it aside.
Just don't act on it, correct? Michael?
Yeah, I would suggest that we just pull that item and then you can vote on that separately.
Okay, and that's going to be, you said D or E?
8D.
8D. Okay, we'll pull 8D. All right, so we'll go and pull that. Do we need to vote on pulling that, or we'll just pull it?
No, you don't need to vote.
Fine. All right. Any ceremonial matters tonight? There are none. Item number 7, items from the public, non-agenda items. Anybody wishing to speak from the public?
Well, good evening, City of Newman. Justin Fark is here representing the Office of Assemblyman Juan Alanis. Really grateful to be out here on the west side with y'all this evening. First and foremost, I really want to thank the city clerk, city manager for your folks' diligent work with us on putting together. No, you're not supposed to. Sorry. Your diligent work allowing us a space to hold mobile office hours out here in the city of Newman. We really appreciate you in helping us in our efforts to be accessible to our constituents. We've had a lot going on, not only in the district, but up in Sacramento as well. Our bill package was completed as of Friday last week. And we are introducing 26 new pieces of legislation this year. It's a very comprehensive package dealing with a multitude of issues from affordability to public safety to education. We're going to be touching on a variety of issues that are really important to our constituents here in the district. And we are going to be vocal about the bills that we are pushing forward through the legislature. Friday, here in the district, just down the road in Gustine, we're going to be holding an education town hall. That's going to be done with Gustine Unified Board Member Zach Ramos, the Superintendent of Schools for the Gustine Unified School District, Don Davis, a YCCDE Board Trustee member, and I can't remember his name, a professor from UC Merced will be there as well to discuss some of the prevailing issues that we're seeing from career technical education to parental rights and everything in between. So thank you folks for having me. Look forward to hearing the rest of the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you giving access. Not seeing anybody else, I'll move on to item 8, consent calendar. Item A, waive all readings of ordinance and resolution except by title. B, approval of warrants. C, approval of minutes of the February 13th, 2024 meeting. And E, acceptance of public improvements for the Matos Ranch subdivision, tentative track map 04-03.
I move that we accept the consent calendar for this period.
Second.
You got a first and second? Go ahead and vote. Motion carries 5-0. We'll go ahead and take up item 8D, appointments to fill vacancies on the Planning Commission and Architectural Review Committee. We have anything on that?
No, we just need a simple motion and
Okay.
a second.
All the spots are, reading it, all the spots are just.
Yes, we had the same number of applicants as all the current members reapplied.
Okay,
So,
perfect. So we'll address 8D. I'll bring it back to council for action
May I ask, why is that a conflict of interest?
because his wife is on the planning commission, so he can't vote on it.
he's on architectural review.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
He's unable to vote on it for that reason.
yeah.
I move to approve the consent calendar. D, appointments to fill vacancies on the Planning Commission and the Architectural Review Committee.
First, second.
Wrong glasses.
Second that.
We have a second. Go and vote electronically.
Bad news there.
Motion carries 4 with 1 abstaining. Welcome back. Item 9, public hearings. There are none tonight. Item 10, regular business. A, adopt resolution 2024, next number, a resolution adopting the mid-year budget changes for fiscal year 2023 and 2024. Lou?
Evening, Mayor and council members. In the staff report, there are 5 exhibits. Exhibit A and B are the revenues and expenditures through the first 6 months of the year, along with some notes and projections on how we figure those will end up. Exhibit C and D show the requested budget amendments that we're requesting. And Exhibit E shows the year-end projections where we figure these funds will end up, inclusive of the budget adjustments we're requesting tonight. Having reviewed the performance of the revenues and expenditures, the following are notable items from the general fund. Property taxes, we budgeted at 1.1 million. We expect to receive about 1.2 million this year. Sales tax revenues, we budgeted 740,000 and we expect to hit that number this year again. On motor vehicle tax revenues, we budgeted 1.1 million, and we expect to receive about 1.16 million, which is about a $59,000 over what we expected. The notable changes to the budget are as follows. We're recording the grant and expenditures for the Newman Community Conservation Area. Now that we have all the details on it, we're putting that in the budget. We're adding the cost of the sewer influent trunk project phase 1 construction. And then we're also adding in the PG&E charges for our water fund, which were omitted out of the original budget by mistake. We're also adding some security cameras at Pioneer Park, Barrington Well, and the Barrington Snack Bar. The full list of adjustments are in Exhibit D. So overall, we're conservatively projecting that the general fund revenues will be about 3.89% over our current budget amounts, and our general fund expenditures are projecting to come in about 9% below what we had budgeted at the beginning of the year. We started this budget with a deficit of $740,000. Prior to the mid-year expenditures, we're expected to be about $10,000 positive. With the additional necessary budget expenditures, we are projecting a deficit of $145,000. Over the prior years, we have been saving up funds, and this year we need to expend some of them to keep our facilities and equipment in working order. By the end of this fiscal year, the city is still estimating a general fund reserve of $3.91 million, which is a healthy reserve. it's about 57.2% of our annual expenditures, which basically means we could operate for 6 months without receiving any funds without any problem. We'd have a problem after that, but at that point, so if you have any questions regarding the remainder of the budget, I'd be happy to answer them for you.
Is there a reason why property taxes are down or coming under where we thought?
They're actually overall, it's higher than last year.
Okay. Just lower than
But
anticipated.
it's just lower than we guessed at the beginning of the year. Part of it was we had just done the new sharing agreement with the county. So we're still kind of figuring out how much of a jump that's going to be. And then we also had the whole new homes with Matos coming in. Those are expected to start selling, I think, within the next week here. They'll close 5 of those, so, yeah.
Outstanding.
Are you going to account for all of the ranch added to this budget, or did you?
No,
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
we're just kind of guessing about how many will close and how much property taxes we'll receive. Then there's also be some supplemental taxes that'll come in afterwards, but yeah, it has to do with when the tax roll actually gets to the county and if they get out to everybody on time. So there's always, with new homes, there's going to be a big swing as far as time frame.
Any questions from the council?
So with all the projects that we have for our master plan, and some of them are basically within the next year or two are going to be on the move, are you able to look down the road in terms of saying that Newman is still in pretty good shape, and even though these projects are coming into focus, that we basically are going to stay away from the red and look pretty good?
Yeah, we always keep an eye out for, to make sure that we're not going to be jumping into something that's going to put us in harm's way financially. We do apply for a lot of grants. We don't get everything we ask for. But when we do get them, then we attack in those areas and get the stuff done that the city needs to have done. If there's a major project that comes up and we don't have funding for it, we go look for it, and otherwise we wait until it's available to us.
And even though some of the projects are slowing down and we're off schedule in terms of them, that won't have an impact?
Well, for example, Measure L. We get about $500,000 every year from Measure L. Since those projects slowed down, we've been able to build up the reserves on it, which means that when it comes time, we've got more funds sitting around to be able to pay the contractors, and we wouldn't have to borrow any funds against our reserves. So it actually is better for us in cases like that. And if the grant monies stick around until the project gets going. So those will always be there.
So I hope Kathy has left a footprint to where someone can have that same idea in terms of the grants, looking out for those grants, because she was really super in terms of going after that money. Absolutely. And that's the key in terms of a city staying strong. So thank you, Lou, for the work that you do.
Welcome.
Okay, I'll bring it back to council for action.
I move to adopt resolution number 2024, resolution adopting the mid-year budget changes for fiscal year 23-24.
And I'll second that.
Second, go and vote electronically. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Lou.
Okay, thank you.
Item number 11, items from District 5, Stanislaus County Supervisor. Supervisors, Representative Russell's here. Good evening.
There's Russell.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Russell Fowler, Supervisor Chance Condit's office. I know the supervisor wishes he could be here tonight, but it has other commitments. He wanted me to deliver a report on his behalf. First, I'll say that the supervisor was happy to deliver some lunch to the Newman Fire Station in recognition of their efforts for all the West Side community cleanups that we do. I want to say your fire department is always there, always lending a helping hand. Truly living up to the tradition of the fire service of lending a helping hand when needed. So we just wanted to give a small token of our appreciation, and of course we thank Chief Bowen for his leadership there. Also, the supervisor wants me to let you guys know that the county has agreed to a pilot program for 3 years with Del Porto Healthcare District to expand into after-hours healthcare and offering more services. We are hopeful that in April, Sutter Medical Group will also join that agreement, expanding specialty services and expanding doctors This is part of the supervisor's goal since he took office. The west side has been without after-hours care for a lot longer than we've been here, but we're proud to do it in our first term and thank the city for their great partnership and help with that. This is just the first step. Again, it's going to be a pilot program, so we really want the public to utilize it because we're hoping that this will provide the numbers that all the hospitals ask for when we talk about feasibility and will lend itself to a standalone hospital. So we're not giving up, but it's a good first step and making some progress in something that hasn't been made in quite some time. So with that being said, I'm happy to take any questions.
Just want to give you my appreciation for yourself and the supervisor for bringing those services to the west side that we've been waiting for so long. And I know it takes a whole team to do it. It's not just Chance, it's also you, Russell. So thank you.
I appreciate that. And I know that, boy, I thought I knew a lot about healthcare growing up. We've talked about it every day for 3 years. So we're happy that it's coming to fruition. We thank you guys for being good partners. And this is a celebration of a good first step. And I really do believe, as the supervisor does, the data is going to be there and we can make our pitch in the next couple of years and we can get that problem solved and back where it should be.
Have you heard of from any other providers besides Sutter that are potentially interested in the near future?
Supervisor went out to everybody. I mean, we met with literally anybody that would sit down with us. Kaiser, Golden Valley, Sutter, all the regional ones around here. It's normally when you get to the bigger groups like Sutter and Kaiser, it's normally, hey, we've got to prove that this can be financially viable. That's kind of what the purpose of the pilot program is, to prove that, hey, you can have enough foot traffic coming through the door to keep your lights on, because that's honestly the main concern. And I want you to know that the supervisor is, we think of it as a public safety and a public health issue, but, hospitals are for profit, like we know, and it really comes down to foot traffic. So, yes, we did have them at the table, but I think they would come later on when the foot traffic is there.
Be safe.
Be safe. I have a quick question for you, is that with all this saying about the healthcare, this came to light, many years ago, since I've been down here, with the West Park project in terms of trying to have a trauma center. And I'm really, really, really excited about how a supervisor is spearheading, make sure that we have some type of medical or emergency trauma center on the west side. It's needed. And we're in between two state highways, Highway 33 and Highway 5 or whatever it is up there, and that we really need that. And I'm hoping that in saying this, that we're moving forward with the Crow's Landing project. I know that it's been years. I've been down there going on 20 years now, and I was one of the consultants for the West Park project, which is Crow's Landing. So in saying that, I'm hoping that we're moving forward with that. So that will be the energy that we need in terms of making sure that we have a trauma center.
And I know in terms of that facility, anything's on the table as far as locating a trauma center there. We're very open to it, for sure.
And Chance is really doing a great job in terms of spearheading that. We really appreciate that.
Well, we've hit the rock about every day for 3 years, so soon enough you're going to break it. So nice to break through a little bit.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you. Anything else, guys?
Thank you, Russell.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate it.
Take care.
Item number 12, items from the city manager and staff. Michael?
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Just want to thank our staff. We wouldn't have been able to, provide you these budgets without their hard work. And it's our department heads, it's our guys in the field, it's our ladies in the field that do all the hard work. Before we made those one-time purchases that we talked about, security cameras and stuff like that, we had a balanced budget. So, we're hitting our targets. We're spending the taxpayers' funds diligently and efficiently. And so, like you said, we've been saving up money so that we can do these one-time projects and, putting cameras where they're necessary to help us solve crimes and do some of those things it's always a good thing. So I want to thank, again, department heads and employees for that. Next week, we're having a meeting on the nature park. The design is on its way, so we're just kind of hitting a 30% stage. So we're looking forward to that. I know that's a project that the council's really excited about. We did get some movement out at News this week. It did dry up enough that they could get some forms out there and start getting ready to pour some concrete. So if we can get some sunshine for a while, that project will keep moving forward. Again, I think we're on target to finish that up this summer. These are all great community amenities that will impact our residents for the decades to come. You know, getting out there and having trails to walk on and getting out in nature and being able to exercise without having to go all the way to, you know, the mountains or somewhere else. It's going to be right in our backyard. So it's going to be excellent. And just lastly, I wanted to just say we have one more month for curbside pickup, for the brush pickup. You know, that runs through March. So, you know, take advantage of that when you can. And just lastly, happy election season. We got, you know, a few more days left and then we'll be done. So, and we do have hours. If you want to walk in, Louis J, they're at Louis J Newman building right now, keeping regular hours. So you can walk in and drop your ballot off, or, you know, if you don't have a ballot, then they probably print one up for you. So with that, I can answer any questions the council may have.
None? Thank you, Michael. Ally, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. Just to update you, we are on our 4th week of basketball, City League. So far, so good. Pitchers come up next week. Update for volleyball, adult volleyball. The league is in their 2nd week. They're actually Wednesdays and Thursdays. If you guys are interested in stopping by, that league is at YOLO on for the next four weeks moving forward. And then last but not least, we are looking forward to get some information out to you guys for the farmers market here in the near future. So with that, I can answer any questions that y'all may have.
Thank you, Ally.
Thank you.
Lieutenant Short?
Good evening, Mayor, council members. I have nothing to share with you tonight on behalf of the police department, but can answer any questions you may have.
So did the chief go on a golf tournament?
No, sir.
LT, you want to just give them an update on LPR?
Oh, yeah, Flock. The Caltrans finally came through and issued the last 4 encroachment permits for our Flock cameras on Highway 33. It took some help from Assemblymember Alanese's office to grease the wheels up there at Caltrans, and they're finally approved, and they're going to expedite the installation of those. So you should see them, when I say expedite, probably by the end of March, maybe, if we're lucky. So.
Outstanding. Thank you to the Senator's office for helping push that through. We appreciate that. It's a huge tool in law enforcement and for the community. Lou?
I got nothing to report tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for your hard work. Rotem?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Councilman McDonald?
Quick question for city manager. Just curious about how far are we off in terms of the four-way stop lights at YOLO?
YOLO or Inyo?
Inyo, I mean.
Yeah, we're still waiting. At this point in time, our last traffic study did not give us the warrants that Caltrans requires in order to get that done. So I think once Meadows Ranch is getting pretty far along, we'll probably do another survey to see if we can meet the traffic warrants to get a traffic light there. It's all plumbed, ready to go. The electrical is there. We just need to get a permit to put up the poles and activate the lights.
That comes through the state?
Yes, because it's State Highway 33.
Okay.
So with a future commercial project that's going to be going to the Planning Commission next month, that may increase the ability to get that light.
Because that location is within the city of Newman, can we supersede Caltrans and put in our own light? Or no?
We cannot. I mean, we've had very loose conversations about them abandoning Highway 33 through Newman and us taking it over, but until they fix the crown in the road and some of the other things that are going on there, we really don't want to take that over until they get it to where it meets standards.
Understood.
Okay.
I have nothing.
Nothing.
All right. I have nothing tonight. Weather's getting nice. Enjoy it. With that, I'll ask for adjournment.
I move to adjourn.
First, second.
Second.